This one goes out to all my ladies, all my multitasking mamas who need energy to show up at work and at home, all my empty nest explorers who need a little gut health support for the journey ahead. AG1 is the daily health drink designed to support whole body health with over 75 essential nutrients and pre- and probiotics, so you can make the most of every day and every decade. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
I'm not giving up.
I am selling the building.
The final season of FX's The Bear.
The restaurant is flooded.
Everything's either gonna be okay.
No, stop!
Or not.
We are outgunned and we are outmanned, but we have each other.
FX's The Bear, the final season. All episodes now streaming on Disney+.
Tell me what you're feeling.
Hey, what's happening? This is your host Tinto, and before we get started on this week's episode, I'd like to give a shout out to the following for your generous coffees. Starting with you, Tino. Thanks for 3 generous coffees, and your comment there reads when a coffee drops in, and you got some dancing emojis. I know exactly where you got that from. Thanks, Tino. Then I've got Kudzai Gomo. Thank you very much for your generous coffee. Your comment there reads, long time Uncle Tinto for sure. Murugubata Basa. And we hear you, Tirukuma Terraces. Thank you very much, Kudzi. You're doing really well. And Simbi, thank you very much for your generous coffee there as well. You didn't leave a comment, but I appreciate your contribution. If you'd like to support the podcast in a similar way, please head over to www.buymeacoffee.com/feelingstation and give as your spirit leads. Remember, there is nothing too small to support the podcast that you've grown to love. Without out of the way, let's get straight into this week's episode.
Is that a breakup? I think we have a situation right here on the Feeling Station.
Welcome to the Feeling Station.
Finally.
yeah. It's been a few weeks in the making, but yeah, thanks for being patient. A lot has just been going on, but yeah, thank you so much. For those listening to this podcast for the first time, it's a romantic family and friendship breakup podcast showcasing stories that people would like to talk about with a view to give you lessons from their experiences. Now, I hope you find today's story entertaining, but more importantly, meaningful. And as you already know, the podcast is really, really popular for 2 main reasons. The first being I do my best to keep my guests anonymous by giving them a name from the African continent. Are you ready for the name that I have for you, my friend?
Yes, I'm ready.
Cool. So the name that I have for you is Elube, which is Elube, Elube. And that's a Malawian name that means blessed.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So if you're feeling blessed in your life, that is your name for the episode.
I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And what name are you giving the person that you're talking about today?
Okay, so I'm going to give him the name Jonasi.
This is so funny because before The Polygamist came out, I actually gave somebody the name Jonasi, a guy on the previous episode to this one. And then I've got another Jonasi dropping. Hey, man, something tells me it's going to be a fire one, this one.
It's going to be a lot, so
okay.
Try and
stay with you. Okay, I'll stay with you. So the story is about Elube and Jonasi. And the second reason why the podcast is doing really well is their real life lessons that people learn from the story that you're going to share. So what would you like anybody listening to your story to walk away with today?
Okay, so I do have a few lessons that I have. So the first one is don't confuse potential with reality.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second one is love should bring clarity, not constant confusion.
Ooh, nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then the third one is characters matter.
Mm-hmm.
Characters matter more than chemistry.
Oof, okay.
And the last one is pain can refine your self-standards.
Right, cool. So I'll just play those back. Lesson number 1, don't confuse potential with reality. Lesson number 2, love should bring clarity, not constant confusion. Lesson number 3, characters matter more than chemistry. And last but not least, pain can refine your self-standards. Oof. Powerful ones there, Elube.
Thank you.
Now let's get into the story. Where did you meet Jonasi and why did you decide to give him a chance with you?
Okay, so I met him back in 2017. That's when I first had my encounter with him.
You describe it as an encounter. What does that mean?
Okay, so his best friend, let's give him the name Timmy, was pursuing my sister.
Oh.
So they would come over trying to, bring gifts and all that. So that's how I got to know these guys and how I ended up knowing Jonasi. So yeah, it was back in 2017. I was around grade 6 at that time.
Yep.
Yeah. So I met him and we just like continued talking, the basics. Oh, hi. Hey, how's your sister? It's just good. How's the progress growing? It's okay, but she's not interested in the guy. Yeah. So we just kept in contact after the whole thing failed and all that. Yeah. So we kept bumping into each other because I remember it was around lockdown now, and I was doing, extra lessons for math. And yeah, so he would take me to the location I was supposed to do my lessons and all that, and he would bring me back home. So that thing ended up growing and growing and growing and growing until it formed a relationship. So I officially started dating him in 2022. Yeah.
Which would have been 5 years later.
Yeah.
So you'd have been 17 at this point. Okay.
So we're dating, nothing much. It was basically the conversations up until I finished my upper 6, and that was in 2024. So 2024, that's when everything like burst. We started meeting each other often, and that's when we became intimate. So I remember my first encounter with him. He came to pick me up from my house and he took me to the place that they were living. So
who's they?
It was really him and his best friend.
Okay.
So Jonasi and Timmy.
How old is Jonasi at this point?
He's 30.
So what? He's 30 now.
Yeah.
And this is 2 years later. So he was 28 at the time.
Yes.
And you were 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he takes me to the apartment that they were staying, and basic conversations first. How have you been and all that? Are you telling him what you're engaging in, the business plans that you're trying to do and all that? And he's like really, really, really supportive at that point. And, as a girl, I'm like, this is what I want in a man. I want a supportive man, a man who tries to build me and all that. And that's what I thought I was getting.
Why did you think you were getting somebody who's supportive and building you? What was he doing to support you and to build you?
Sometimes he would fund my business. Because I remember when I started, I was like really, really low in terms of funds. And it's like, you know what? No, I'll invest in your business. Then when you get the money back, then, you can just like pay me back and all that. And I'm like, okay, fine. This man is trying to help me build something out of myself.
Right.
So I thought, oh yeah, he's very supportive. This is what I really want. So yeah. Anyways, back to the story. Yeah. He takes me up to the room, we become intimate, but what happened was, I remember I specifically told him that I couldn't. And he's like, why? I'm like, Jonasi, I'm on my period. And he's like, that doesn't matter. Like, but I'm not comfortable. And he's like, but I came to pick you up from your house. Then you come here and you tell me something different. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to prove? So I then felt very cornered. And as I to be honest, I never enjoyed that part. It was just a matter of him doing what he wanted to do, and and I just wanted to leave. So after that whole encounter, I started seeing him a bit different. So I go back home, and he kept, every time he comes to the city, he would like call me. He's like, "Oh, I'm around. Would you like to meet up?" I'm like, "Oh, definitely. It's definitely fine." I go and meet up. We have a nice conversation, and most meetups would end up with us being intimate.
Okay, you've kind of mentioned this a few times now. I'm not sure. It's something you wanted just from what you've described and how you've described it. When you say that most times it was intimate, which of those moments were moments that you wanted to be intimate?
Okay, I think it was around his birthday and some occasions, but not most occasions.
Okay.
Yeah. So now to his birthday part. So I meet up with him on his birthday. He comes to the city. He comes and we like meet up for his birthday. We have a nice brunch, and and we. So he comes to the city. We meet up for brunch, and we go back to the apartment. Then what happened, and of course, then he gets up and he's like, I have to pick up a call. Yeah, he picks up a call and he's like, I have to really take this. It's urgent. I'm like, okay. Then we pick up the call, and he picks up the call, and he just comes back. He's acting different. I'm like, what's going on? It's like, someone called me, a client called me, and I have to go and meet them up like right now. I'm like, okay. So he takes me, we go back home, and he drops me off at home, and he meets up his so-called customer. Then, so I remember I asked him for his Netflix. Then I bumped into 4 different accounts.
4 different
with
accounts?
female names. Yeah.
Okay.
So I asked him, whose accounts are these for? Then he's like, oh, this is my sister's, and I'm like, your sisters don't have these names. He's like, after all, it's her account. She can put whatever name she wants. Oh, okay. I just back off. I wasn't that person where I would like to argue with him. So I just kept quiet. But at the back of my head, I'm like, this does not make sense. It does not make sense. These are not his sisters. And I remember I specifically told him on that day, and I said, I know you're cheating, but I just don't have proof. Then we had the whole argument. He's like, you're always suspecting me. I'm like, this is the first time we've had this conversation. I never suspected you, but this is the first time we've had this argument, and just saying, I always suspect you. Then he's like, it's because you're just insecure, because you're a little girl, so you don't see things from an adult lens. So I just kept quiet. I'm like, you know what, it's fine. So what then happened is, you know, that thing where when you're in a relationship, of course you're going to follow each other on all social media platforms. So one of the accounts on his Netflix was named, let's say, Laura. Was named Laura. Then Laura's Instagram account popped up on my suggestions.
Oh.
Like, I've seen this name before. Yeah, let me follow her. Then she followed me back instantly. But no one was brave enough to like start a conversation. And I think it was a week after, that's when she sent me a message. She's like, "Oh, hi, how are you doing? I've seen we have like similar mutuals." Then I responded, I'm like, "Hi." She's like, "Would you want to be friends?" I'm like, "Yeah, definitely. I don't mind making new friends." Then she then asked me, "Okay, our mutuals, do you know any of them?" I said, "Yeah, I do know both of them. One is Timmy, my boyfriend's friend, and the other one is Jonasi, my boyfriend." She's like, I'm a really good friend of Jonasi's. How's the relationship going? So, you know, that intuition that tells you that something is coming up and this person is going to tell you the very obvious thing, but you keep telling yourself, no, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So at this point, I'm like trying to expect anything. So, yeah, then she's like, "Can I have your number? Then we can switch up this conversation to WhatsApp." I'm like, "It's not a problem." I gave her my number. She gives me hers, and we started talking. That's when she told me things I didn't know of, things I wouldn't expect of Jonasi, because Jonasi was sweet. He was the sweetest person. You wouldn't suspect him of anything. I remember telling my friends about him, and they would tell me every time, "If you guys break up, it is your fault. It is your fault. You would never do such a thing," and all. So she then tells me that she is 2 weeks pregnant. And 2 weeks prior, I had met up with Jonasi.
So, okay, yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'd met up with him. We slept together. Then he made up some excuse. He was supposed to go to a certain place to meet up a minister or something like that. And yeah, so funny thing, the girl called whilst I was in the car with him. Then he tried to like, cover up and all that. And I just kept telling myself something was very wrong. Then he went to meet up with her and they became intimate as well. Then she fell pregnant. So she tells me, "I'm 2 weeks pregnant and Jonasi is the father." He actually came 2 days ago to confirm the pregnancy. We went for a scan and all that. And he said he wants to keep the baby. At this point, I am not sure where I stand as well, because, like I said, we had slept together. And he was that person where he always made it like a priority that we are never going to be using protection. Because the moment we start using it, that means one of us is cheating. So, yeah, I break down and we have a 3-way call: Jonasi, Laura, and Elube. So we asked the guy, what's going on? All he could say was, "I didn't mean to put you in such a situation, in a compromising situation. I'm very sorry. You know how much I love you. It's been like 3 years. And of course, I wouldn't do this to you." And I told him, "But someone's pregnant. And you went with her to confirm the pregnancy. And you come and tell me that you love me and you still want to be committed to me. You couldn't be committed to me once. So why now?" And he then goes on to tell me to take a test, a pregnancy test.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get a pregnancy test. I'm also pregnant. I'm so 2 weeks pregnant. At this point, I didn't know how to react. I couldn't cry. I couldn't scream. I couldn't do anything. At this point, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, what am I going to do? So I show him, and he's like, I'm really happy. We're going to be parents.
Mm-mm.
And I tell him, you specifically know I did not want a baby right now because I have things that I want to do with my life that I haven't achieved. But here you are. You got another girl pregnant. I'm pregnant. What are you going to do? So he calls us, the both of us, and he says, in as much as I love you guys, I can't break up with one because it would be unfair to the other. After all, you guys are carrying my children. So I'm going to give you a condition.
You?
So it's either you guys are going to abort my kids,
You?
or you're going to incubate my kids for the next 9 months. After that, you give birth to my kids. I'm going to take my kids, and you guys can continue with life as if nothing happened. So you better choose between being separated with your child, or you just get rid of it.
So for you guys, it would have been a lose-lose anyways. Basically saying to you it's a lose-lose.
Yeah. So at this point, I just sat down with myself, and I'm like, this guy does not even respect me enough to be committed to me. He couldn't commit, and he gives me such a condition where I don't have a choice. At the end of the day, I don't have a choice. So I talked to the other lady, Laura. Like, what are we going to do? She says, I am financially stable to give birth to my kid and take care of it if I want to. You are young. You haven't experienced life yet and all that. So I would want you to stay with him. And I told her I can't stay with Jonasi because if I can't be in a loveless marriage. First of all, I can't be in a loveless marriage and I carry a baby for a man that does not love me, a man that does not respect me. So she's like, okay, so what are we going to do? I told her I can't keep this baby. So she's like, oh, okay. So I'm going to do the same. Yeah. Then we went through the necessary procedure and all that. And yeah. So then after we told Jonasi that we were pregnant, he posts something and it stated, if I get someone pregnant by mistake and I apologize, does that mean the baby is still mine?
What? A stupid thing to think, say, or even post.
That's what he did.
What?
I think that was the final push that I needed, because I was debating in my head. I'm like, okay, fine. Let me try and talk to him. If we can try and work things out. Then he goes on and he posts something like that.
But what were you trying to work out, though, Elube? Clearly, this man is having unprotected sex with more than just you. He's made 2 women pregnant. What were you trying to think through?
At this, I was delusional, to be honest. I'm like, maybe if the baby comes, he's going to change. He's going to be a different man. Yeah. But then with the post, that just showed me that he's not up for this. And yeah. So I tell him the procedure that I want to do, and he's like, okay, how much is it? I tell him the price, and he sent the money instantly, and he texts me, then don't bother me after this. So I went through that alone. I had no emotional support. I had no one. It was just me. And yeah, I was in a very tough position, I won't lie. And, soon after you're telling yourself, I'll be fine, I'll be okay. And yeah, until I got to a point where I sat down and connected with my emotions, and I broke down. Yeah. So after the whole thing, the Laura and I, we kept communicating. She kept asking me very odd questions. She would ask me, okay, so how was your sex life with him? Or did you enjoy it with him? Or do you still want him? She kept trying to push me to say things, and I always found it weird. And I kept telling her, why are you asking me this? Then she said, no reason. I just want to know. We're sisters in this. We've been through the same thing, and I'm like, okay. So at first I just kept brushing it off. Then there was a day she calls me and she tells me, I want to introduce you to someone.
Right.
I'm like, who? Then she adds this lady on the call. Let's name her Brenda. So Brenda is Timmy's sister.
Okay.
And she had been in a relationship with Jonasi for 5 years.
Yeah.
So he's dating me. He's dating Laura. He was also dating Brenda, who is his best friend's sister. So imagine being with someone who doesn't even respect his best friend, and you expect him to respect you.
I'm going to ask a stupid question. Did Timmy know?
He doesn't know. Till day, he doesn't. Because you know what happened? After the whole breakup thing, I went to Timmy. I'm like, Timmy, you're someone who I knew before I started knowing Jonasi, because you were pursuing my sister, and you would come to me trying to, make me, go to my sister, sugarcoat her and all that, so that you can get like, a plus and a tick, 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 tick on her side. Because, if your siblings like your boyfriend, then yeah, that's a good thing. And he responds, are you my sister? I said, no. Then, are you my best friend? No. And you expect me to betray my best friend?
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are adults. You made your decisions as adults. So there was no way I was going to butt in your relationship and try and, convince you otherwise. So whatever you're dealing with, you deserve it. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Then you find out that his best friend was sleeping with his sister for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he still does not know. He still doesn't know. And yeah, so we talk with this Brenda lady. She's telling us how her side of the relationship was, how the guy was extra sweet. He was there for her emotionally. Mind you, this is his best friend's sister. Of course, he's going to treat her better than he did with the two of us. So yeah. Then Laura then asks us, guys, what kind of message did he send to you on Valentine's Day? Then everybody revealed the same exact message. It was forwarded. He just changed the names. And, okay, who got gifts? Brenda got gifts. Laura got gifts. I didn't get a gift, which I don't mind. Then, yeah, we just talked. And that's when we realized that, at least it's not just the two of us. There's more. Then, girls stalking the guy's page, finding out there's more. But with the other ladies, they hadn't gotten to a point where they were intimate. So the girls he was intimate with, it was me, Laura, and Brenda. The rest, it was just, he's trying to find ladies where he can throw his money at. And yeah. So I also then find out that there was a girl he sort of slept with, or he was in a relationship with, but he didn't want anything serious. But then the girl was like really invested in him. So she goes and tells her parents. And you know how African parents are. You sleep with our child, so you automatically have to marry her. So they go to Jonasi's house and tell his parents that your son did this, so he has to marry our daughter. So I remember that morning he calls me. He rarely called. He calls me. He's like, "Babe, I'm leaving for Tanzania." I'm like, "What's going on?" "Oh, just business plus a mini vacation. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that I'm leaving for Tanzania." I'm like, "Okay, have fun." Not knowing that he was trying to run away from the situation at home. So the parents then forced him to marry before he left for Tanzania and all that. So these guys never like stayed together as husband and wife.
So,
He treated her.
so they forced him to marry Brenda?
Yeah. No, they forced.
Oh, so sorry. The other chick who he had well, you kind of described it as that they kind of had sex. I didn't I didn't understand that. But okay, but her.
For the girl side, she says they had sex. The guy said they didn't have sex.
Right.
So no one really knows who's telling the truth.
Right.
So, so he would treat her like really badly. Like really badly. I remember she showed us this conversation they had, and he was saying, "You just wanted to get married to me just that for the prestige of it, so that people in your community can just say, oh, she got married to a rich guy and, she's living a stable life. But if people ask you, are you happily married? How are you going to respond to them? Because I don't love you. This wasn't meant to be anything serious. You were just someone I was sleeping around with, and that was supposed to be it." So she then decided to get a divorce. And yeah. So he goes to Tanzania and he leaves for Tanzania with Laura. Yeah. So they started dating during the Tanzania trip. And here I am being the loyal girlfriend/wife to a man who's taking other girls for vacations.
But why though?
I don't know. I ask myself every day why I try to be, very submissive to him. Like I like he actually came to my parents and asked for my hand in marriage. But up until this day, I don't really have an answer. I think I'm just a person where I can't be in two relationships at the same time. And I would love to respect the person I am with at that time, so I do not entertain other people.
I mean, that sounds very, very well put together, but it's actually not something I would say with confidence. I'm speaking for myself confidently, because you're saying you can't be in two relationships with someone. You don't even need to be in it in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's not something I would have said proudly, because he's clearly been dealing with the fourth woman now. And if you can't be with someone else, why are you allowing yourself to be part of a package?
Yeah, I was stupid.
Because what this is now saying is you have respect for him, and that you respect him and not allow him to have more than just you. But you're also allowing him to disrespect you by allowing others to be in the same picture.
Yeah.
I know this is in retrospect, and it's good that it's in retrospect. Now that you've had some time to think.
Yeah.
But why do you think it was so difficult for you to just accept that this man is a hoe and he's having unprotected sex with multiple women, and he's clearly more into Laura than he's into you.
Yeah, it was a matter of, like I said, I was delusional. You try and tell yourself that things are A, B, C, D when they're coming from the other side. And I kept on telling myself that maybe he's going to consider the time that we were together. Because, mind you, with Laura, they started dating in November last year. And I had been with him longer. Then I just kept thinking he's going to, try and consider that and at least apologize for all this. And maybe we can try and, work things out. But no, I was just lying to myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I kept having conversations with Laura. Then she came to me just like 2 weeks ago. She comes to me. She says, Jonasi said he wants to talk.
Again, another thing. Why were you entertaining? She's not your friend,
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was just a matter of, we've been through the same thing. So like whenever the other one has a mental breakdown, we can try and, be there for each other. Which was another dumb decision. Yeah. So she comes to me 2 weeks ago. She's like, Jonasi said he wants to talk to me. And I ask her, okay, so why are you telling me? She says, we've been talking about everything and I just thought you were supposed to know. And I said, okay, good luck with that. Then she says, thanks. Then the next day she comes and she says, he sounds serious this time. He said he wants to settle and he wants to get married and he wants to get married to me. And yeah, he's apologizing. He's promising to be more transparent. And yeah, I think I should give him a chance. So in the back of my head, I then start replaying that all those times she's asking me, so how is your sex life with him like? What did he do for you? And all that. She was trying to collect as much information as possible so that she can then use it against me and try and pursue this guy again. I felt so little. I felt played, and I blame myself because I allowed her to do that. And at the end of the day, I just told her, you know what? All the best. You guys deserve each other. You deserve each other, and I'm not going to be in the picture. In as much as I had like taken myself out of that picture, but don't ever think I'm going to come back. You guys can just do whatever you want to do, and yeah, leave me out of it. So yeah, that's what happened. Now it's just a matter of me trying to move past the whole thing about the baby and all and try and move on. Yeah.
So when did you guys last talk?
With Jonasi. It was around March. That's when the whole thing happened.
So it's been about 4 months?
Yeah.
And is he still in Tanzania?
No, he came back. Now he's planning on, getting married to Laura.
How do you know this?
Laura told me, like I said, she came to me and said, he said he wants to settle down and get married to me and he's promising to change and all that.
Sure. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But also, I think very challenging for you because a lot of these things, the more life dishes a few lessons to you, the more equipped and better skilled you are to deal with certain situations.
Yeah.
There's a few things to consider here. This guy is the one who took your virginity away. That's one. And secondly, he actually got you pregnant at some point, and that does something to a woman. Becoming pregnant does something to a woman. For men, it just feels like it's planting a seed. But the woman is the fertile soil in which that seed is growing. And you feel the changes, you feel the roots starting to grow, the connection starting to form. It's more than just a mental thing, it's an emotional thing, and it's a hormonal thing that starts going on. And detaching from that loss makes it difficult to detach from the person associated with the loss.
Yeah, that's true.
And the first time you have sex with someone, I hear, has a lasting impression on us as people. And because of that, dealing with what reality is versus what the expectation was for what your future would be is a hard thing to deal with. And if you haven't dealt with it before, you don't have the skills to piece it together and actually make it easier for you to move away from.
Yeah.
So I can see how there were a lot of things going on and how you may have had difficulty in dealing with Brenda and Laura and the other chick who came into the picture temporarily. There's that always lasting hope that you'll be chosen and that you'd be the one, in quotes. Everybody wants that. That applies to both men and women. You know, even as men, we want to feel like we are the ones who are chosen and we're the ones who are wanted and we're the ones who are fought for. But sometimes life doesn't quite work out like that. And this may have been where you were with this whole situation.
Yeah.
I like how you played your lessons, and I'll just play them back before we wrap up.
Yeah.
Number one, you're saying don't confuse potential with reality. Yeah, I think I see where the potential was. You saw him as a potential life partner because of what you've been through with him.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind he was in your life since you were the age of 12. Right? And then number two, love should bring clarity, not constant confusion. There was a hell of a lot of confusion. This guy was an older man. He was 11 years older than you. So he's had a lot of the experiences that allow him to treat you as poorly as he did. Knowing that he could manipulate not only you but the situation for it to always work in his favor. Look at the time that he told both you and Laura that, well, you gotta decide whether you're gonna keep the kids. If you keep them, they're yours. If you get rid of them, cool. We game. And then character matters more than chemistry. Well, what did you learn about your character? I won't bother about him. What did you learn about your character? Yeah.
I learned that I didn't respect myself too. I didn't respect myself enough to leave that relationship in as much as I saw that it was toxic. And I realized that people tend to take advantage of the aspect that maybe I'm too nice. So I learned to protect myself before I protect others. I have to be a bit selfish sometimes for my my benefit.
Yeah. Then last but not least, pain can refine your self-standards. So for someone who's listening to this and is part of this wrap-up, how did the pain that you went through refine who you are today and your standards?
Oh, I think for now I'm more self-aware. I know what kind of person I am and what I have to improve on myself so that people don't take advantage of me and be more protective. Because I wouldn't want any other lady to go through what I went through. It's something that it plays with you emotionally and mentally. And if you can't handle that, it can lead to devastating results. And
Nice. Well, thanks for that, Ulube. I really hope that you, if you have a little bit of time, and this is becoming a growing theme for me personally and for everything in general, have a sit down with yourself and be confident that you have at least two things that you prioritize as a person. Get your value system together. What do you value? Because just going on your fourth lesson about refining your self-standards, if you have things that you definitely know are part of your value system, that is a standard that really can't be broken because you value it. If you value keeping a clean relationship that is sex-free until marriage, it's a value. And if a guy comes saying, "Oh, I've never had a relationship with no sex," that's a standard you need to uphold, and you can tell them to walk away.
Yeah.
Or if you value being put first, or transparency, or you value honesty, and somebody is being dishonest about who they're going with to Tanzania, you don't have to deal with it because it doesn't meet your standard or your value system. So find a little time if you can, and then share this with me later if you'd like to, about what values you now have in place and see how well you can stick to those. And also bear in mind that values aren't really ground in stone. As life shapes your experiences, they change.
Yeah.
And they get more polished and improved. Okay, you guys have been listening to an episode of The Phoenix Station. I'm your host, Tinto, and I would catch you in next week's episode. Peace.
Tell me what you're feeling.
Satis on Daru Raini and Chake Zain.
Tell me what you're feeling. Now that it's over.
Satis on Daru Raini and Chake Zain.
Let me talk about my feelings. Let me talk about my feelings, yeah.
Urudoi motoru noto kujiziru amai.
Kujiziru amai. Love is a fire.
Urudoi motoru noto kujiziru amai.